Hi, I'm Megan, aka the Brunette in Balance, and this is my lower body workout for beginners. All you need today is a chair and possibly a mat for a little cushion when we go to the floor. Alright, so we're going to get started. We're going to start with sit and stands. This is the way that I teach my clients to do a squat if they've never squatted before or if they have knee troubles. So we're just going to take a seat in the chair and get started. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you sit completely in the chair. You're going to have your knees out. You're going to have your legs at 90 degrees here. And we're going to stand by putting the weight in the heels, arms in front, and coming to a stand. Then you're just going to sit all the way back down and repeat. Good job. So as you come up, think about putting all your weight in your heels. Your legs should be about hip width apart. We're doing 12 here. Good job. So as you progress, you can put weights in your hand, just like this. Or you can come down and just tap the chair instead of sitting all the way down, okay? Four more. Excellent. 2 and 1. Beautiful. So now you've got the side view. We're going to do 2 more sets. For these next 2 sets, I'm going to show you what it looks like from the front. Move my stuff out of the way here. I'm also going to grab some weights just to show you how you can incorporate those as you progress with this exercise. Ready? So just hold them right in front of you. Feet hip width apart. Stand up, putting all the weight in the heels. Ready? Good job. As you sit back, notice that I'm not collapsing. My chest is staying up. Think about if you were wearing a name tag. You'd want people to be able to read it the whole time. Excellent. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to set those weights down. We're going to do 1 more set, just like that. This is a great lower body warm-up as well, because we're really hitting, especially hitting the glutes, but we're really incorporating all your lower body muscles. So it's a good one to start with. All right? Hands out, feet about hip width apart, maybe a little wider. Find what's comfortable for you. You want your toes facing forward, knees in line with your toes, and here we go. This is a great exercise if you're an active older adult because it really helps with a very common activity, which is sitting down and standing up, right? And that can get harder as people get older. As you lift, that's when I want you to exhale, okay? Five more. 3, 2, keep that chest up. 1, and done. All right. So we're going to give those glutes a little break here. We're going to go to calf raises. So we're just going to use the chair for balance. I should note you could also use a wall. If you have good balance, you don't need to use anything. But I'm going to use the chair here today. We're gonna do 3 sets of 15 calf raises, okay? So with calf raises, what I want you to do is have your feet right under your hips, all right? So it's a narrow stance, so you'd be just like this, toes facing forward, and you're coming up onto your tiptoes, squeezing those calf muscles, and back down. Try not to completely relax at the bottom. Notice how my feet are not hitting the floor. Hopefully you can see that. Good job. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Beautiful. So you might want to take a little calf stretch in between exercises here. If you feel tense, always take a stretch, okay? Stretching brings blood flow to the muscles. It helps you recover faster, helps prevent injury. So if anyone ever tells you not to stretch, don't listen to them. Stretch when you feel like you need it, okay? Listen to your body. When you stretch, you can usually work harder then because you're not quite so uncomfortable. All right, next set of calf raises. I think I'll bring the chair around front so you get the front view. Remember, feet are right under the hips here, toes facing forward, facing me, and up. Try to maintain that contraction, so you don't want to come down all the way and rest the foot. All right. If you're a brand new exerciser, that might be difficult. If you need to rest, please do. Here's 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right. I have a confession. This is one of my least favorite exercises. They make me burn so bad. I don't know why. You know, my sister could do these all day long, no problem. A lot of my clients can, but for me, they really get me. So I'm feeling the burn already on this. You might be flying through, and if that's the case, good for you. My calves just don't like this. All right, let's get this last set over with here. Feet right under the hips, and lift. Good job. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, squeezing the calf muscle, 13, 14, and 15. All right. Beautiful. You're doing so good. So we hit the glutes, we hit the calves. Now we're going to go into a modified lunge. All right, so don't be afraid when you hear the word lunge. We're going to start off nice and slow with these. I'm going to have you take your chair to one side. And this is how I typically start my clients when they've never done a lunge before. I'm going to have you take a nice long stride here. You want to keep your torso up. And what you're doing here is you're using the chair for balance. And you're going to come down until you create 2 90-degree angles on the front and back legs. All right, and then you stand. So you're going up and down, not forward and back. All right, so we're going to do 8 reps and then we'll switch legs. So we'll go nice and slow. You can also put your foot against a wall and just kind of put your hands out in front of you to keep you upright. And that helps keep the knee from going over the toe. You want to make sure that that knee is about above the ankle when you come down. 2 more, I think. I apologize if my counting is off. Good job. Once I start talking, I try, but it's not always perfect. But we're moving, that's all that matters. All right, nice long stride. And go. So take a look at yourself in a mirror if you have one handy. A lot of the time, I find that people don't have a long enough stride. Okay, so they'll be like this, and that's not comfortable. So usually lengthening your stride is a quick fix on that problem. All right, good job. So we're going to do 2 more sets of 8 on each leg. All right, good job. So take whatever stretch you need here. A lot of the time, people really start to feel that quadricep if they haven't done lunges or haven't worked out in a while. So if you can grab your foot just like this. Use the chair for support. You want to line up your hips here, line up your knees. The closer your knees are together, the more you're going to feel that stretch right in the front of the thigh there. I find especially women really feel their quadriceps when they start exercising. So if you're really feeling the burn there, it's not used a lot when you're not in the gym. I mean, it's used, but not in this way. And I find women really struggle with that, but it will get better. Okay. Set number 2, I'm not sure which leg I had back. Both of them are burning, so just pick one, and here we go. Try not to rush it here, my friends. See those two 90-degree angles? See how my knee is stacked over my ankle? Stack those joints. Good job. 6, 7, one more, and 8. Beautiful. Let's switch. Sometimes if you just kind of kick your butt a little bit, that helps get that lactic acid out of that quadricep muscle. All right, nice long stride, and here we go. Push up through that front heel, okay? So push the floor away with that front heel. That really isolates that glute muscle on the front leg. 7 and 8. Beautiful. All right, take a second here, grab some water if you need it. Whatever you need, this is your time. All right, sometimes if you just cross one foot back, just kind of arch over and stretch that outer thigh, that feels wonderful. All right, one last set and then we're done with lunges. Nice long stride. And here we go. So obviously, as you get better, you can hold dumbbells at your sides. You can have a barbell on your back. You can do alternating lunges. There's so many things you can do with lunges. So if your knees allow it, 2 more here. I always like to get my clients doing lunges because they're so good and they're always challenging, which is not always fun, but they really work the legs beautifully and there's so many variations you can do. Last time here. And if I miscount, if I do too many, you're welcome to stop when you get to 8, okay? But an extra one never hurts. Here's 6. Notice how I'm staying up and down. 7 and 8. Beautiful. Right. That's awesome. Grab a quad stretch here, or whatever stretch feels good. We've got 2 more exercises. We're going to go into one of my favorite exercises, the plie squat. So I'm going to have you have the chair in front of you just for some support, but I'm going to move it out of the way just so you can see the movement here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like we're ballerinas, and we're going to have our toes facing out at 45 degrees towards the corners of the room. You want to have a nice wide stance here because we're going to come down and you don't want those knees going over the toes, okay? And lifting, all right? Join me right here, we're doing 12. Squeeze those inner thighs and those booty cheeks when you come up. Excellent. This is a great stretch for the inner thighs. Just like those lunges, make sure your chest is staying up. You don't want to be collapsing, none of that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Do you feel like a ballerina? Me too. It's the closest I'll ever get. All right. So just like when we're doing those squats, those lunges, think about pushing the heels through the floor. So when you're standing up, you're pushing those heels into the floor, pushing the floor away. That's really activating these inner thigh muscles, all right? And if you're a beginner exerciser, which you probably are if you're doing this with me, this might be challenging because the inner thighs don't get worked a lot on a daily basis, and we're really isolating them. They assist, but we're really putting a lot of pressure on them. So they haven't had to perform like this in a while, so have some patience with them. Good job. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right. One more set. You might want to take one leg straight out and lean through this leg and just feel that stretch on the inner thigh before we go to the next and last set. All right, toes out and go. This is where having a mirror can be really handy as well, because you can make sure that those knees are not extending over the toes. Sometimes you see people like this. You don't want that. You don't want to hurt anything. We're all about training with safety. Four more. Two. Last one. Good job. I might have thrown an extra in there, but there are worse things. All right. One last exercise. We're going to do glute raises. We're going to come to the floor for this. So I'm going to have you put out a mat if you need it. You might be on a nice carpeted area, in which case you won't, but we're just going to put the chair at the end of our mat, and we're going to come and lay on our backs. All right. So this is a glute raise. So we're going back to that booty, just like we worked in the beginning. So we want the knees in line with our toes, want to create a 90-degree angle here. Dig your feet into that chair and lift your booty and come back down. Now try not to rest totally. Want to keep some tension. Think about those booty cheeks. Doing 6 more. 3, 2, and 1. Notice that my head is relaxed, my arms are relaxed next to my side. We're letting the lower body do all the work. You might want to just take your legs in towards your upper body here and release that. We're not going to waste too much time here. We're going to head back into it. All right? Notice that the higher you go, the more you're going to feel that squeeze. Feel that squeeze. Good job. Hamstrings will come into play here too. Two more. And 12. Good job. One more set. Take the knees in if you have to. Let that blood flow into the muscle a little bit. And we're doing our last set, last exercise, last of the workout right now. You're doing so good. And really squeeze. This is all you got to do. So let's finish strong. Here's 6. Yes, I'm feeling it too. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Beautiful. Pull those knees in. Excellent. You did awesome. Remember, you can always add weights as that gets less challenging. Make sure you're not wasting your time. Challenge yourself. Or you can replay the video again. And make sure you get a nice stretch. You can click on one of my stretching videos to kind of finish off your workout. And have a great night.